Hi, it's Micheline again. This is, heaven knows what vlog number I'm on to. I'm constantly getting the numbers wrong because I'm adding something here and putting something back here. So this is my vlog about yet another pattern, and I have to say that this is probably, of all the tops that I've done since I started sewing at the start of this year, since I started re-sewing, I should say re-sewing, because I used to sew a long time ago, from when I was about 11 right up till I was about 38, 40, and I've suddenly got the sewing machine out again, managed to get my sojo. It's not so much sojo, I always wanted to sew, but I just never had the time. So this is the one top since January, since I started sewing in November, I think it was November, sorry, that I really love, and I've loved it so much that I've made 4 tops from it, and it is this one, the McCalls, is it focusing? I'm not sure. McCalls M7093. I absolutely love it. It's a lovely top. It's really nice. I haven't yet, to be honest with you, I haven't yet done the one with the pocket in, and I really ought to do it. But in the meantime, I shall tell you about the ones that I've done. And so the reason why I like it is it's simple to make. It takes me about a couple of hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours to make. It's I don't know if it's classed as an easy, but I would say it's quite easy to do. Perhaps not for a very beginner, but for somebody who's done a few tops in the past, it's a nice one to make. And I'm going to be showing you 1, 2, 3, 4 tops that I've made in this pattern, and all but one I love. One I'm not so keen on, but it's nothing to do with the pattern, it's probably the material. And to be fair, there's nothing wrong with the material, there's nothing wrong with the style, there's nothing wrong with it, full stop. It just, you know, when you make something and you just think that colour, I'm not happy wearing it, I don't feel comfortable wearing it. Well, for me, it just makes me feel like I'm wearing a pinny. And those of you who don't know what a pinny is, it's an apron or something for when you're working with, you know, pockets in or something, just to stop you getting your clothes dirty. So, but I shall show you and continue talking. You may keep seeing a different change of clothing because some of these things I've recorded beforehand, some I've done in another room, and just thought I'd let you know all about it. One that I'm wearing here is an M7093, but whereas that one's got a panel down each side, this one is, the one I'm wearing is just straight up and down, so I must have joined the 2 sides to be able to go straight up and down, and this is what it looks like, this one. I like it. I've top stitched the raglan sleeves with my favourite top stitch stitching, and along there, and it's just a straight up and down, no pockets or anything. Lovely soft viscose, so I'm really pleased with it. It's actually the same viscose but a different colour to a dress that I made, and it just hangs beautifully. It's this top stitching, I meant to tell you, when I was in the 70s, no 80s rather, in the 1980s, there was a lady who used to, a top dress designer, British dress designer called Jean Muir, who used to make dresses, and she used to use jersey dresses. She used to use it in jersey. She used to often do just a plain colour, a navy blue jersey. She focused on navy blue quite often in different styles, and that was you know, the way that it hung, because it's jersey, it hangs beautifully. And she used to do like shirt dresses in this navy jersey, and everything was top stitched. She used to always do a double top stitch all the way around, and that was her stamp, her stamp for the kind of designs that she used to do. Just as different people have different ideas, and you keep seeing them repeating them in different ways. That was hers. So, right, so this is the first one, and as I say, a lovely soft fabric, No problems. I modified the pattern. I added a bit, I made it into a V. I think it was probably because when I cut the neck, I kind of, instead of cutting in a curve, I actually cut like that. So I had more of a V here, which gives it a little bit more of a V effect there. And I decided to bias bind it, the actual V part. I actually made a joint there so that it makes it lie a bit better going up there. But that's this one. Here's the next one. This is the next one, M7093. The only difference is that it's got kind of just after over the elbow sleeves. I actually had enough material to go longer, which I would have preferred to have gone, but I used a pattern where for the next top I'm going to show you, and I didn't have enough material for that, so I had to make the sleeves shorter, and I didn't think to lengthening the sleeves again. So this is the one that I've made from this. This fabric is so similar to a dress that I had in the 80s. I'll have to show you the one that I'm talking about. It's really, really similar in fabric. Same thing, I put a satin bias binding round, top stitch like that. This one has just an ordinary black top stitch there. It's a viscose, it's a very nice material. I'm very pleased with it, very flattering. That's number 2, here's number 3. Makes your eyes go funny, but I think it's rather nice, and I didn't have enough to make the full outfit, so I actually thought I cut the bodice part out there, and then I thought, right, I need something to go with it, and I didn't have any fabric, and then I looked around, and you know, the one good thing about having a fabric stash that goes on for ages, that you've had for years, is that I actually found this, and this fabric here is 20 years old. So this is a 20-year-old fabric that ties in beautifully with this black check, and I just think that the pink just sets it off nicely around the collar and the sleeves. Right, this is top number 4, which I made from M7093 again. It is some fabric that I got from eBay. It's not colour that, well, this army green is the green that I like. I'm not so bothered about lime greens. I would have preferred, they did a black, but they were sold out, and I would have preferred the black one to the green, which kind of makes me wonder whether this is going to be a charity bag top, or I'll wear it a couple of times and then probably put it in there. But it's, as you can see, it's got skulls on, it's got hearts, butterflies, band the bomb. I loved all the patterns on it because that's very me. They're kind of from my generation. It was the band the bomb era where everybody went down doing marches about it. Nice, it's got pockets. I'll do a turn for you from there. This is the one where I didn't have enough fabric left, and I had to shorten the sleeves, and I did the same with the other one, which I wanted longer, but never mind. This fabric is a cotton, and again, as I say, it's I like it, but I just don't know whether it's really, the colour's really me. Some people would say it was, you know, it's just getting used to wearing this kind of colour. Right, so then the other ones I made. Next pattern is Simplicity 8294. This is a one that Rosabella, who does the vlog, she's quite keen on. She made quite a few, and I wanted to see what it looked like on an older person. Not so much an older person, but a bigger person, let's say. The view that I made was basically view B's sleeves, with sleeves and the collar, and the waistband, the contrast waistband, but I did the skirt like that with the pleats rather than the gathers, because I thought that might actually accentuate the bigger body. I also put, I put sleeves in, and I did, for the contrast here, I did a fuchsia pink and a fuchsia pink waist tags there. I didn't like them, didn't like the waist tags, and they were removed. The collar I kept. It was done in the same green fabric with the skulls, and I just don't know that I liked it's hard to say. It's a lovely dress, very nice, but I just didn't think that it was me. I didn't think it was flattering for me. The collar kept lifting up, and I noticed that Rosabella had the same problem. A couple of her collars kept lifting up. You can stitch them down, that's not a problem. They can be easily stitched just with a little stitch underneath, so it doesn't go through to the top collar. And the same was happening with the back part. Again, I think there's nothing wrong with the dress, probably nothing wrong with the pattern. I just think that somehow or other I just didn't feel right in it once it was finished, and that's the downside to making a dress from a pattern. If you go into a shop, you can try it on and say, oh no, I don't like that, I'll go and try another one, but we are basically judging it by a picture of a beautiful thin model, and we don't all look as sylph-like as that. Much as we'd love to, we don't. I used to be that thin, if not thinner once upon a time, but I'm afraid that the menopause and middle age has taken over. So I'll show you here, or somewhere here, what I look like in that dress. It's got, I put pockets into this one. The Rosabella one doesn't have pockets, so I thought it was quite nice with pockets. I've accentuated it with, again, you see, I can't get that to lie properly. I'm going to have to put a little stitch underneath to hold it down. Top stitched with my green top stitch on the collar, just to add a little bit of an accent to it. I don't know if it's right for me. I wonder whether it makes me too busty, or whether I need to get a bigger bra that lifts them up higher. Or maybe to make a bra, you never know. Anyway, I've added a black belt just to see what it looks like. I didn't have enough fabric to make a belt, but that's it. You can tell me whether you think it should be a charity job, or should I wear it? Here you go. That's a Simplicity 8294, the McCalls 7093. That one I won't be doing again unless somebody asks me to make something for them. That one I shall be making a lot more next year. Not now, possibly not so much this in the winter, but it's perhaps if I did, I would do a long sleeve version. And it might work well with knitted, actually. I think it does knitted as well. The green one, it was because it was a cotton and not a drapey fabric. The other ones were fairly soft drapey fabrics, a chiffony type thing. It actually recommends a very light fabric, and I think that's one of the reasons why it just didn't look right to me. So yes, I'll be making that again. I'll be making it probably maybe a couple over the winter. I'll try it in a jersey. I think it might work well with a raglan and jersey. We'll soon find out, and you may see me wearing a few of those. No, this one, put it on the back burner. I've done it once. I don't know that I'll try a second one. Rosabella looked lovely in it. Me, I've just finished 2 dresses, so the next 2 vlogs will be based on these 2 dresses. One of them was the Sew Over It penny dress, so you'll be able to see what I thought about that. And the other one was the McCalls 6891 shirt dress. As ever, I'm last to the party. I didn't get in time for the shirt dress party on Instagram, but I'll be telling you about both of those in 2 separate videos because I think they might go on a bit too long. So catch you next time. Lovely to see you, and if you like my vlog, give it a thumbs up. I don't mind if you can always give it a thumbs down if you're not happy with it. Can't please everybody. I hope to see you soon. Bye.